What's up? Welcome back to the Chronic Couch. I'm Eric, and today, obviously, we are not on the couch, but we are at one of my favorite spots, Live Sauna and Cold Plunge in West Hollywood. Let's go check it out. All right, this is Bo. He runs this joint, and he's gonna take us through kind of the regime and the routine of what goes on here. And before we do that, I just want to say, as you guys know, I have some chronic back issues, and this has changed the game. I started about 2 months ago, and I have been in, I want to say, every day since then. Like I said, it's changed the game for me, and I know that the contrast therapy will be very helpful for a lot of you people. So let's check it out. So Bo's gonna take us first to a sauna. Yeah, if you can just tell us, like,
come on down. Here we go.
Tell us, you know, is this an infrared sauna?
Yeah. So we have the sunlight and infrared saunas. Much better than the traditional wet saunas. This is a dry sauna. Basically, the panels down here, they send off this wave, this infrared wave that penetrates your body and kind of heats you from within out. So it's very, very concentrated, which means it's better for detoxing, kind of the pain, the back stuff. Physical therapy, it really hits harder, like deep within your tissues, rather than kind of standing like a LA Fitness sauna where you're just kind of in a hot room and whatever's in the room is just kind of hot. This focuses on whatever's in the room, which would be you.
Yeah.
Much more effective, more concentrated.
And what's the recommended length of time that someone should stay in here? Because, you know, sometimes I hear 25 to 35. If you can do 45 to 45.
You know what, we normally sell for 45-minute bookings, but right now the sweet spot, science is saying, literature is saying 25 to 30 minutes is kind of the sweet spot.
Okay.
You're not gonna get too dehydrated, you're not gonna go overboard, you're gonna get the heat shock proteins, you're gonna get your recovery, you're gonna get your detox. So I usually do about 25 to 30 myself, and that's kind of been, it's effective. I don't leave here totally drained and just kind of, it's nice little time in there.
So I have been doing, like, I do 10 minutes and then I roll out the yoga mat and I'll do like a plank. What are your thoughts on that? Like coming out for 10 minutes in, a couple minutes out, or is it like you gotta stay in, or is it just what works for you?
I think what works for you. I think you got to find your kind of what works for you best, you know? Okay. It took me a while. I was doing 45 to an hour in here and I got down to 25. I have friends that they bring in dumbbells and kettlebells in here and they'll do kind of rounds. So whatever fits you the best. Okay. You got to find your sweet spot, you know, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it inside, you'll feel it outside. You'll know, especially with a back injury, this is going to open you up. All the heat's going to release all the tension, the tightness, allow blood flow, almost like a massage. So you're doing what you got to do. You're doing the right way.
And that's what's really cool is for someone who's stiff a lot, like with back issues, this has really helped, especially when I get lucky and I get the twofer, and I'm solo. I get in there and I'm doing all these stretches. So it's been really good for loosening up, like you said, my joints and my muscles and being able to stretch and get past, especially if I'm in like a back spasm, it's been really good.
Right.
So yeah, let's go check out a plunge. If you can tell us what contrast therapy is.
So contrast therapy is kind of the hot therapy mixed with the cold. Usually the contrast is like a back and forth type deal.
Okay.
People here normally do the hot, 45-minute, 30-minute hot, and they'll come and do a cold, but they'll start with a shower first, kind of rinse off all the toxins, get the sweat off, make it nice and healthy and sanitary for this guy. And they pop over here, and then the sweet spot for this is 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes, okay.
So the leading scientists are saying if you get like 12 to 15 minutes per week, which is a couple rounds, which is like 3 times a week at 2 to 3 minutes, you kind of get the benefits. You know, you get cold shock proteins. For you, it's going to be, you're looking at inflammation and muscle soreness and kind of rehabilitating your back.
And this hits the inflammation more than the sauna.
Yeah, big time.
And why is that?
Going in?
Yeah. So yeah, if you can just kind of explain like what's going on into the body, and why this targets inflammation more so than like the sauna does.
So the sauna is just going to the heat kind of There you go. The heat kind of opens up almost like a massage. So it's going to open up the tightness and allow more blood flow. Where this is going to kind of attack the cells and the tissues that are having tightness and pain and inflammation, and attack that. The cold, it's called a cold shock protein. So basically it attacks the body and goes to areas where you're going to have soreness. And the freezing cold temperatures, what kind of fights whatever's going on, like whatever inflammation is going on in your body. So the heat's more kind of like releasing, whereas the cold kind of attacks it and kind of goes to war and finally fixes the problem, if you will. You know, athletes have been doing the cold stuff for a long time, you know what I mean? So it's good for soreness, good for pain, but really it's to fight the inflammation, whereas again, the hot stuff really kind of just loosening everything up a bit.
Okay. And for someone who is in a lot of pain, because I've had people reach out to me and they're in a lot of pain, but they don't deal well with extreme anything, extreme activity, extreme temperatures.
Right.
What can you say to someone who is really intrigued and interested in doing something like contrast therapy, but they don't believe that they can get past that minute mark, right? Because the minute you got to get past the first, I mean, you see, I've kind of worked up a tolerance, but
yeah. I tell people, you got to crawl before you walk. You know what I mean? And you would know better than anybody. You started here. I've seen you kind of grow.
Yeah.
Longer sessions in the sauna, definitely longer sessions in the cold plunges. You worked away from this room, which is kind of intermediate room, and you've gone to the advanced room, where I have our Navy SEAL, or I call them the Navy SEALs, where it's like really cold. You just got to build in. You got to, it's like anything else, man. Like going to the gym, you got to start with reps. How many sets you need to hit those reps? You just need to do what you got to do. Here, I tell people when they first start, do a couple sets. If you can't get 3 in one shot, do a minute, rest, minute out, and break that up. Get your 3 minutes. Try to do it somewhat quick, and work your way up. I mean, you know, you gotta start somewhere.
And when you get out, I remember you told me, don't rush into the shower. A, because maybe you're not supposed to, or that's a myth, but B, don't rush into the shower, because enjoy the, would you call it a high?
So I kind of, this wasn't a research thing, this is something I kind of came across doing this myself. Like really, for a while I go in there and I do my thing and I'd be freezing, I'd rush out and rush for that towel to get it over me. And one day I was having a hard week. It's just like a mental tough one for me that week. And I kind of just sat there. I got the stool over this guy here and I sat there and I just put a towel under me. I just dripped and I did some meditation. And really, it was probably the most present I've been in a long time. Because when you're in here, your body thinks it's gonna die. So all your blood rushes to the center of your body to keep you alive, right? So you have like this crazy thing where you have like this fight or flight going on. When you get out and you know you're okay, you are more present in that moment probably any time ever. And with life going on right now, with this crazy world we live in, to be present a little bit is absolute ecstasy. So I remember just sitting there and I was just like, closing my eyes with a little meditation and just like, holy crap, like I'm finally here.
Present.
You know what I mean? And so I've been telling people, don't rush for the towel. Sit there and embrace that moment. And really the whole shower thing is people want to run to the towel, the shower to warm up. Let your body naturally get back to that body temperature. Right. That's where the magic happens. Same with the hot. You don't want to just rush in. They even say like you don't want to shower right away. I mean, there's things you want your body to regulate down or up from it was to get to that temperature you started from. So there's this magic in the cold plunge, especially after.
Yeah. So I like to say, piggybacking off that, I like to say if I bring a friend in, because I've gotten friends hooked on this, is find your center. Right. Because a lot of the time people, like panic, but my advice is for those of you who are trying this, just do whatever you got to do to find your center. Before we sign off, because I'm going numb here.
Yeah, I bet.
Can you just tell us the benefits, skin tightening, your reproductive organs, your reproductive health? Hit the people with the benefits.
So there's actually a lot. So I always ask people what their goals are. So with you, I know this is for inflammation and kind of muscle soreness. But the cold water melts fat off you. The whole most of it's visceral fat. You got immune support stuff going on. Obviously, I just went over the mental clarity and kind of just doing a hard thing, right, and doing it, and that's a big win. Doing hard things and getting through them and building that up, builds resilience.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's skin tightening's there. I try to go underwater on there. It's almost like getting like a little hydrofacial, if you will. Get the vagus nerve in there. Lymphatic's a big one. I mean, you really want to get up to your neck if you can and get your limbs in there. Circulation of the blood. I mean, the list is like, again, I always ask people, what are your goals? Because I can kind of tell you what you're good at. I mean, the list is forever growing for these two therapies, but the cold's just magic. I've grown to love it more than the hot. And by the way, you're smiling right now, man. I don't know, maybe.
Well, this is my second one of the day.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I love it. I mean, you see, I'm just standing here.
What's the temp right now? Let's see.
It's the other one was
okay.
40. What was it, Chris?
45.
So this is 46, so not too far off.
And I felt dumb because I was talking to Chris about, like, I was trying to give him like a few words of wisdom. He's like, so how long did you go in? 10 minutes? I'm like, all right, now you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's tough.
All in all to say, this has been a game changer. Your Spot Live has been, it's replaced pain medicine for me. And so my regime is I do the sauna for 45 minutes, but I go in and out. Cool thing about this place is you got your own private TV, so you can bust out Netflix. I know Chris was kicking it with that earlier.
That's for damn sure.
And then I come in here and I try and do 45 minute plunge. And there you have it. So if you guys have any questions about contrast therapy, hit me up. And if you're in the area, come stop by Live, West Hollywood.
Please do.
Thanks,
What's the address on Live?
7918 Santa Monica Boulevard. So it's a corner of Fairfax and Santa Monica Boulevard.
There we go.
Come by.